Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast between NextK Yumer versus Junp here on Metalopolis. Junp spawned as the yellow Zerg at the 12 o'clock position, meanwhile Yumer spawning here as the purple Terran player. Metalopolis, Zerg versus Terran. I know a lot of you guys have been asking for a lot of Zerg versus Protoss, but since I casted 6 of those games over the weekend, I wanted to see some Terran play a little bit more. So NextK Yumer spawning here at the 3 o'clock position. Meanwhile, once again, we do have Junp spawning here at the 12 o'clock position. This is going to be a relatively far spawn with this one Xel'Naga watchtower coming into play. Now this Overlord will be flying in, and as this Overlord comes in, it should be able to gain sight on this command center before the command center gains sight on top of this onto this Overlord. So Junp may be trying to pull away with this Overlord in just a moment. He does see it, and now it does not look like he's trying to pull away. So Junp will in fact reveal himself to NextK Yumer. Now, based upon these positions, Junp may be able to throw down a hatchery, a 16 hatchery, if he decides to. Let's see what this next building forum Junp is going to be. I'll just try to call him Jong throughout the rest of the match, as that is a little bit of a mouthful, and I'm not Korean, so I'm probably already butchering it. We do have an extractor coming into play, so an extractor now followed most likely by a spawning pool, so there is not going to be any early hatchery play. Meanwhile, NextK Yumer throwing up the barracks here. Now this positioning will allow him to throw up throw down one tech lab or reactor, followed by another supply depot in this position here. I really like this building placement here on Metalopolis. However, it does make you a little bit vulnerable to any baneling bust if those banelings try to go after this tech lab. So that's tech lab or reactor. Now taking a look over here, we have one Overlord in the air now gaining sight. A barracks will be training up a Marine in just a moment, and NextK Yumer waiting for the additional 150 minerals, and now will be able to get some additional minerals out of there, and now train up one Marine. Now this is part of patch 1.1, not 1.1.1, so the return cargo trick does work. Also, the Ultralist splash will apply. I do not know if it's going to really make a difference in this particular replay, as now an SCV coming around the corner will head up this ramp, take a look, see that there is the spawning pool, already getting the metabolic boost, and now the SCV most likely to come into here as a little bit of a trick to a Terran. As a Terran player, you want to click on this extractor to see how much gas has been mined out of here. Already 100 and more than 100 gas has already been mined out, and because of the little wavy effect on the spawning pool, you know that the metabolic research is currently being researched. Now the Zergling's going after this SCV trying to pull away. Will it be able to? Zergling's going hippity hop after that one SCV already down to 5 hit points. Will it be able to escape in time? Not quite sure, as now we have some Overlords really well placed throughout the map, so Junp will be able to see if there is any Reaper play or any units in transition, or even one unit activating this Xel'Naga watchtower here. We now see a factory now being placed down, and we do in fact have a barracks with a tech lab already in play. We'll see what NextK Yumer is really trying to go for. I'm not 100% sure what he's going for. One Marine now trying to shoo away this Overlord. Overlord now in the air as a couple of Zerglings perhaps trying to test this front door. Now Jong is now getting a hatchery on this low ground. So I believe this hatchery was placed down around the 22 time mark based upon the supply count. So that hatchery now being placed down. I do not see any command centers. And now NextK Yumer going for a 1-1-1 build. We do see a reactor now being placed down. So most likely what this tells me is that we are going to see a medevac being trained up at this starport with two Hellions and perhaps 4 Marines, and that will be the unit combination there. We do see one Marine now moving around on patrol over here, and now a Ghost Academy coming into play. So NextK Yumer throwing down a Ghost Academy, which is a little bit unorthodox. I haven't seen a lot of Zerg, a Ghost play against Zerg. Ghosts are very strong against Mutalisks. They're able to deal 20 damage versus that light, and also able to use that sniper round, getting 45 damage. However, that 45 damage does not scale according to the weapons upgrade. And now we see starport with a reactor, so we may see some double Vikings as soon as this supply depot is done, and NextK Yumer looking to perhaps go Overlord hunting. So Overlord hunting here. Now we are in fact going to tier 2 we should probably see a Hydralisk then coming in from Joktu-jung. Otherwise, this Viking Overlord hunting will be able to snipe down a lot of these Overlords. A lot of these Overlords are sporadically placed throughout the map already. So, a lot of these Overlords will not be able to fly back home all too quickly. Hatchery now completing, and now throwing up the production tab. We also see a Ghost being trained. So, Ghost and Vikings, which is perhaps the strangest opening I've seen in quite some time. A Spire now being thrown down. Vikings should be completed in just a moment. 2 additional Vikings also being trained, and now these Vikings now in the air should be able to take down this one Overlord. Will only take around 4 rounds of attack, so 8 game seconds to take down one Overlord, and now 100 supply lost. Another Overlord here. Now they are just going to go Overlord hunting. Will they be able to scout out any additional Overlords? We do see another Overlord here and another Overlord here, so Joktu-jung will be supply locked very, very heavily, sitting at 44 over 44 already, currently supply locked. This Overlord is going to go down, going to lose a total of 16 supply in just a matter of seconds. So now sitting at 44 over 28 production-wise, even training up 2 additional Overlords will only make him even at this stage in the game. Zerglings now on this low ground will not be able to morph into Banelings, as next Yumer now getting 2 additional barracks. We do see 1 Ghost here, and this Ghost needs to join in on this fight. However, now those Queens were able to shoo away these Vikings. Vikings taking some damage. However, now 4 Vikings in the air, so 4 Vikings will be able to 2-round or 2-shot one of these Overlords. So now quickly coming across 2 Overlords, or 1 Overlord, another Overlord shot down. So Joktu-jung sitting at 42 over 28, and Joktu-jung having 4 Queens in position, now getting that Spire up, but unable to train any additional Mutalisks. We see some Zerglings on this low ground, Marines and SCVs on auto repair here. This Mule most likely does not want to be here. Mule should never be an auto repair within a base. We do see additional racks down. And now, taking a look, we do see now Vikings coming into that ground mode. A Ghost fighting against this one Queen, and now we have Vikings on the ground. So this one Ghost down over here now going to go after more Overlords. So just mass Overlord tilling. Joktu-jung sitting at 48 over 44 now. The medevac has pulled off. So that medevac, are we training up a nuke? No, we are not training up anything at that nuclear silo. We do see 4 Vikings now in the air, and Joktu-jung still supply locked at 48 over 44. Really, really hurting. Does have 1 Spire up, does have 6 Mutalisks in play, but those 6 Mutalisks will not be able to counteract the effect of these 4 Vikings that are currently in the air. Soon to be 6 Vikings, 1 medevac with that 1 Ghost as well. So Marines on the ground, Ghost Academy in play, and now this game is looking very good for next Yumer. I really like this play coming in from next Yumer's 6 Mutalisks, perhaps going to try to engage, and however, those Vikings should be able to catch those Mutalisks off guard. No, not going to catch these units, as we're now going after more and more Overlords. So 4 Overlords there, just getting caught. Are we just going to have the attack move there? 1 Mutalisk now taken down, trying to get as much splash damage as possible. Another Mutalisk going to get taken down. So it's 4 Mutalisks versus 4 Vikings, and now trying to use that maximum distance. And are they going to continue to push? We should see some more Queens now trying to get some transfusions off. 4 Mutalisks back in the center of the map, most likely going to get repaired in the center once again. Are we going to get more SCVs off the mineral line? Now medevac going to drop 2 Ghosts and 4 Marines. So once again, a very, very interesting push. Those Ghosts will be able to snipe down those Queens very easily if they try to snipe it down. Yeah, now dealing some damage, and now those Vikings in the air, if they're able to snipe it at that 1 Queen, that Queen will get taken down very easily. More Overlords in the air, continuing to get taken down. However, 2 Ghosts moving out a little bit too far, and 2 Ghosts quickly getting taken down by a couple of Zerglings. However, more and more of the supply lock, 60 over 52. Production-wise, 2 additional Overlords now being trained. However, those loss of that 2 Ghosts was very, very heavy. We have the stim pack research currently completed. However, no combat shield just quite yet. Only 1 medevac, 2 additional medevacs now coming out. 1 Zergling gonna have a poor day as it tries to do some scouting. The economy race, Joktu-jung sitting at 39 harvesters compared to 32, and able to mine much more quickly. However, taking a look at the losses, 3,200 in losses, and that's mostly in Overlords. So those Overlords are very, very expensive in terms of larva count, and that is why things are not looking too well for Joktu-jung. Joktu-jung should be able to come back into this game, however, if he's able to stretch it out long enough. We now see some Marines and Ghosts once again moving out. Stim pack on the ground in order to help clean up the rest of those Zerglings here. And now Stim coming in order to try to deal some damage. Zerglings, Mutalisks in the air, Vikings fighting back and forth. Both sides, armies dealing a lot of damage. However, the sheer number for Yumer may be too much, as these Vikings now using that shoot and scoot tactic to try to take down more and more of these Overlords. Mutalisks now 9 in the air, trying to finish off the rest of this. 1 Ghost trying to snipe down the rest, and now Mutalisks going to finish off the rest of these low hit point Vikings. So 4 Mutalisks now finishing off the rest of this. However, more Marines coming back in as well. Zerglings trying to come in and finish off the rest of this attack. Marines on the ground, and now the Marines stimming into this. We do see Zerglings now being trained, so a swarm of Zerglings will be coming out in just a moment as well. So those Zerglings now trying to perhaps get in after those drones. 1 Mutalisk in the air, and now Zerglings going to start swarming. We do have a lot of medevacs though, so 3 medevacs. However, 1 medevac on hiatus, not doing anything there. Marines doing a good job microing. Different Marines being pulled away so that more Marines can continue to fight. Another Queen on the ground. 1150 army. More reinforcements coming. Marines taking a sabbatical over there. However, 2 medevacs now in the air, and now more and more Marines pushing out. And Joktu Jong saying, taking this game and having to say GG. Sorry, Joktu Jong saying GG. As Next K Humor able to open up with a reactor starport. In this game, I really like the reactor starport opening just because a lot of Zerg players have been going roaches lately. So roaches or trying to tech straight into Mutalisk. The timing on this push was absolutely perfect. Getting those Vikings out in time to shoot and hunt down Overlords. Because those Overlords were spaced through so well throughout the map, it was very difficult for Jung to pull them back without that movement upgrade. As soon as that Spire went up, even though the Spire takes 100 game seconds, in that 100 game seconds, Jung was constantly supply locked, and he was unable to train the necessary Mutalisk and to macro up his army well enough. At all that time, we did see Humor trying to macro up an even larger army. It was some really bad Marine ghost play, medevac play. I think if he had just tried to use those ghosts, snipe down those queens, and then had the Vikings stay with those Marines, the Vikings would have been able to take care of the Mutalisk. The Marines would have been able to take care of the Zerglings, especially with Ghost support. Ghost dealing 20 damage to a Zergling. And with the medevac heal, it would have been able to take care of that really early swarm of Zerglings. But really well done. Very, very well done tactically by Humor. I do like to see new strategies. And reactor starport opening is something that I haven't quite seen from a Zerg player or from a Terran player versus Zerg in quite some time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this 1v1 replay between Joktu Jong and Next K Humor here on Metalopolis.